Hey everybody, welcome back to Lost Episodes. This is E3M8, Jovian Déjà Vu again. And if you're familiar with the Lost Episodes, or you've seen this playthrough, this might look familiar. Yep, we're back to square one, baby. So we're kind of... Except there's a, as you can probably hear, there's a spider. You know, as you do. Let's just take care of these lost souls, because they're pains in the bump. Pains in the Alright, there we go. So what we want to do is, we got that little guy. We just want to wait for the platform to rise up. Despite appearances, this map is actually not bad from a pistol start. Okay, there we go. There's plenty of health that's been added in for Nightmare. Alright, we want to get a shotgun, so give me your thing. Giggity. And, we're not doing phrasing anymore. And the hardest part, honestly, with this level, same as episode 1, map 1, which this was based on, is getting all the items in this section. Fortunately, I know how many items we need. I did remember to get the Berserk, right? I hope I did. We'll find out in a second. Because, there's a Berserk at the beginning, right behind where you start. And if you don't get it, there's no way to get it again, so... We should have 31 items when we get out of this section. If we don't, then, well, botched attempt. And 31, perfect. Oh yeah, that's right, because I did get switched to the fist. How soon we forget when we're dealing with this mess. Alright, next area, we drop down to the, this area here, which means we're going to probably lose health. Yep. Yeah, this is a... This was a nasty area in E1M1 as well, but at least in that case, it was the final area we had to go to, so it wasn't quite as bad. So it was funny, in one of my practice... Okay, we're just going to clear this out because this area down here, not the prettiest thing in the world. Anyway, funny thing, during my one of my practice attempts, the Spider Mastermind actually got killed by an imp. She got locked, like, the imp got caught in her hitbox. Got stuck, and it's just like literally I just spontaneously hear the Spider Mastermind's death cry followed by just the map ending. So thankfully she seems to be an absolute freaking monster this time around, so that is most likely not going to happen. We should have 41 items when we get out of here, which we will. Invulnerability, we need to make this count. So we go back here to drop the soul sphere thingy at the beginning. Completely missed that because we get caught on walls because this is the Doom engine after all. Come on, buddy. Just throw some damage at her, why not? Because we're going to get forced to pick up this stupid thing. Then we grab our baby, get all the items, and kill her. Easy peasy. And there we go! Jovian Déjà Vu again. Also, kudos to MS6 for actually putting the proper accents on Déjà. So, thumbs up. Anyway, let's go ahead and see what the ending screen looks like. Play us out! Intermission screen. In the aftermath of your whirlwind... Oopsie poopsie. Whirlwind tour, words seem void of much meaning. The things you've seen... The places you've been, the horror, the unspeakable. Somehow you survived. You've descended into the stinking bowels of hell, and have come out smelling like... Well, definitely not roses, but at least your soul is intact. The gateway to hell is sealed forever, you hope. What awaits you back on Earth? You can only guess. All you know is that things can never be the same again. So there we go. That was Lost Episodes on Nightmare. Oh yeah, here we go. Good stuff. The ending, I love this. I mean, I guess it still fits. What? You don't know what awaits you back on Earth, and then turns out it's this. Woohoo! That's such a cool, like, end screen, though. I mean, aside from, you know, Daisy being impaled, that's a little sad. But, yeah. that was Lost Episodes. So yeah, in general, probably not the hardest thing to play through on Nightmare, but hey, you know what? It was fun, it was on brand, and that's all you can really hope for, I guess. I don't really have any profound closing thoughts. Just, I don't know. I guess if you want to get started on Nightmare, this isn't a bad place to do it. I'd say in general, actually it's funny, it kind of follows a similar formula where episode 1 is probably the hardest overall. Although I don't know, E3M8 was no slouch in this case. Probably not for the same reason as Limbo, but you know, whatever. So I don't know. Give it a shot. It's a lot of fun. And if you're an ultra-violence player, I mean, honestly, Nightmare isn't as bad as it seems. Like, I think one of the issues with it is if you try to take everything in sequential order, like episode 1 and Doom 1, think, okay, well, it's the first episode. Probably one of the worst to start with on Nightmare, for being completely honest. It's just such a different experience that you pretty much have to just kind of bounce around. Maybe do levels that aren't super hit scan heavy. The other thing that's kind of tempting, and I remember I ran into this problem when I first played Nightmare, is you have a tendency to try to rush it. And that's not a good idea. Sometimes you just need to step back, clear out a room, then move forward. You're going to be able to hear them spawn, like enemies spawning behind you, but you do have a few seconds, because one thing to keep in mind with Nightmare, they only have the 0 reaction time when you first wake them up. When they respawn with the same wake up time as they do in Ultraviolence. So yeah, when they start shooting, they're deadly, but you've got like half a second to respond to them. That's why a lot of times, like, you hear the respawn sound, I'll just whip around just to see if it's something that's immediately behind me, because you do have time to react. And then there's always, of course, the strategy, more advanced strategy if you know the map, of weakening an enemy and then taking him out later. So I know that's one that comes in handy if you're playing something like Nerf that's actually sort of designed for it, but it can come in handy in normal gameplay. But I don't know, I don't think it's as bad as it's made out to be. Because, I mean, you figure, especially with nowadays, like with the skill ceiling being what it is, and with maps like Sunlust, Swim with the Whales, and all this other nonsense, it's Nightmare on, like, the stock maps really doesn't seem that hard by comparison. I mean, if I had to rate a single... Like, if I had to consider a single map that I've played through on Nightmare so far, which I have played a few other ones outside of Lost Episodes here and there, I would have to say, like, God Machine on Ultraviolence is still a lot harder. So, it's a perspective thing, I suppose. And then, of course, the skill isn't even remotely fair thing. It's a bit of a meme at this point, but it is kind of an intimidating message, because it was meant to be a joke difficulty at the end of the day. But turned out to be something that just a lot of people really enjoy. Funny, I just said that I didn't have a whole lot to say, and then I think I talked longer than I actually played through the level. You know, whatever. You know what channel you're on. That's kind of what we do around here. Anyway, that's all for now. I'm just going to cut it right here before I go on another tirade. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the series, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.